Hello students, in our today's lecture of branch account, we are going to start with our second method, that is when a branch selling goods both cash and credit. In earlier lecture, we have solved the example related which branch are selling the goods only for the cash, but now the second type of method is branch selling the goods for the both cash and credit. So let's get started for this method. अगर जो ब्रांच है वो कैश में ट्रांजैक्शन कर रही है तो एडिशनल कोई भी अकाउंट खोलने की ज़रूरत नहीं होती, बट जब ब्रांच क्रेडिट में सेल कर रही है तो उसका मेंटेनेंस जैसे कि डेप्टर्स का है, डेप्टर्स को कितना क्रेडिट सेल हुआ है, कितना स्टॉक बाकी है, कितने डेप्टर्स को कब रुपीज़ वापस आएंगे, बेड डेब्ट्स होगा कि नहीं होगा, ये सारा ट्रांजैक्शन रिकॉर्ड करना पड़ता है ब्रांच के रिलेटेड. सो इन दिस मेथड when branch are selling the goods for credit also, there are two types of new account should be made. First is debtors account, that for the record of the debtors, and the second is stock account. See, this is the debtors account. There is a new account we should be made, that is a total debtors account. Sometime in your example or some either credit sale is not given or the total debtors are not given. All the information we have to identify from this account. Let's see the format of the total debtors account, debit side, and this is the credit side. To balance carry forward, that means opening balance we will write over here. Then any cash received from the debtors or bills receivable, bad debts, discount allowed, or bill dishonored, discount disallowed, we will write all the things. And when closing balance is not given, so we can find out the closing balance also. And when generally the credit sale was not given, so to find out the credit sale by the branch, by the branch, we have to find out from the total debtors account when closing balance is given. So we will put over here, and we will, out of the credit balance we deduct the debit balance, we got the credit sale. Sometimes credit sale is given and closing balance will not be given. So on the basis of this kind of information, whatever missing amount is there, we can find from the total debtors account, right? So first new account made for the when branch are operating for cash and credit sales both. So one new account is total debtors account. Now second account is stock account. This is the format of the stock account. On the basis of this, we have to find out the closing balance or other any information was missing, we can find out from the stock account. First, we have to find out the opening stock, then goods sent to the branch, then sales, whatever cash would be there, credit will be there, and if anything sales return will be there, we will deduct from the sales, then goods written by the branch account. And any other way, if your goods are going out of the business, we should write in the credit side, and we can find the closing balance on it, and some kind of a gross profit on the percentage on the sales are given. So we will put over here, that is a gross profit from stock account. Generally we can find out the closing stock from the stock account. So we can write down in our trading account of the value of the closing stock. So there are two new accounts you should be made. First is debtors account, second is stock account. From the debtors account you may find the credit sale or any other information was missing from this, and from the stock account you can find the opening stock, either a closing stock, anything, whatever missing in this you can find from this. And then you can start with the branch account, branch trading account, and branch P&L account, right? Other things remain same for the branch account, branch P&L account, and branch trading account. Only two new things you have to make is debtors account and stock account. So let's get start with some practical sum that you have get some idea about. the stock account as well as debtors account. Let's start with illustration number 4. Shri Ishwarbai of the Valsad has a branch at a Navsari. The head office dispatched a goods to the branch at a cost price. Branch remitted to the head office all the cash collected it. All the expenses of the branch are paid from the head office. Valsad, the head office has interacted the branch to sell the goods of the 1/5 of the profit over and above the selling price. 1/5 प्रॉफिट चढ़ाकर सेलिंग प्राइस मिलेगी. Assuming that the branch has fully carried out the instruction, prepare a branch account, branch trading account, branch P&L account in the books of the head office for the year ending 31st March 2010. Let's see what are the information is given. Here is 31st March 2010, that means 1/4/2010, that means it's the opening balance and this is the closing balance. Debtors opening balance is not given, so we have to find out from the debtors account. Then closing balance is given. Stock opening balance is given, closing balance is not given, so this missing information we can find out from the stock account. Then prepaid insurance is given. Unpaid salary opening balance and closing balance is given. Furniture opening balance is given, closing balance is not given. During the year, goods sent to the branch account, goods written by the branch, cash sales, rent, taxes and insurance, advertisement expense, wages and salary, goods written by customer to the branch, that is the sales written. Then bad debts, discount to debtors, cash received from the debtors by branch, then cash paid by the branch debtor direct to the head office 2 lakh. Cash paid by the branch debtors direct to the head office 2 lakh rupees. Bad debt recovery 1000 rupees. Total sale is 12 lakh. And furniture sent to the March on 1/1/2010 was 4,000 and right of the depreciation on furniture at a 10%. You can see that over here total sales is given, but credit sale is not given, along with the opening balance of debtors is also not given, and the closing stock is also not given. So we have to prepare the debtors account, then stock account, then branch account, branch trading account and branch P&L account. So let's get start with the calculation. So let's start the calculation. First is debtors account, second is stock account, then branch account, that is branch trading account, and this is the branch P&L account. All the accounts are maintained in the books of head office. So first, whatever the information is given, we are putting in the respective accounts. First is debtors opening balance, but opening balance is not given, so we will write as it is. Then closing balance is given, to balance carry forward of rupees 1 lakh. And you know the format of the branch account, that is in this side we will write opening balance of assets. We will write debtors. Whenever we find out the amount, we will put over here, and you also know this side we will write the closing balance of the asset. So debtors closing balance is 1 lakh rupees, right? Then second information, stock opening stock 60,000 is given, plus closing stock is not given. So to balance brought down of rupees 60,000, closing balance is not given, so we will find it out by balance carry forward, that we have to find out. Here we will write stock opening balance rupees 60,000, and we have to find out the closing stock Whenever we find out, we put over here. Then second information, prepaid insurance. Prepaid insurance, opening and closing both are the given, and prepaid insurance is a current asset, right? So here we will write prepaid insurance rupees 700 opening balance and closing balance. Prepaid insurance closing balance is 500. So we have write down unpaid salary, that is liability. Unpaid salary, that is the liability. So we will write opening balance of liabilities, that is first unpaid salary, amount of rupees 1500, and closing balance of the salary, unpaid salary. Closing balance of liabilities, first is unpaid salary, amount is 1000 rupees. Then furniture, opening stock is 10,000. So furniture we will write over here 10,000, and we have to find out the closing balance of the furniture as well as furniture. We have to find out the closing balance. Now, during the year, following transactions are made. First is goods sent to the branch. So, goods are sent to the branch. So, we will obviously write one effect. We will write over here, goods sent to the branch. That is 9 lakh rupees. And the second effect will also come in the stock account. The second effect come in the stock account, that is to show the how much goods are sent to the head office and what should be the closing stock, right? So goods sent to the branch, it is 9 lakh rupees. Then second, good written by the branch of rupees 10,000. Goods written by the branch 10,000 rupees. So first effect we will write this side, goods written by branch rupees 10,000, and second effect we will write in the closing stock, that is total 9 lakh rupees goods are sold to the branch out of 10,000 that is written. So total is 8,90,000. The second effect is from written from branch, not written from the customer. Both the returns, written from the branch and written from the customer, both are a different thing. So please carefully write down these points. Then what next information is given? Cash sales of rupees 4,50,000. So we are receiving the cash. So cash account, in bracket we will write cash sales of rupees 4,50,000. Then next information, rent, taxes and insurance of rupees 60,000. That expense paid. These are the expense paid by the branch. So here we will write cash account, rent and taxes of rupees 60,000. Then advertisement expense 20,000. Then wages and salary 12,000 rupees. Sorry, wages and salary would be 10,000 rupees. Then goods written by the customer to the branch. That means this is the sales written. The sales came back from the customer. It's rupees 12,000. It's good written by the customer, not the branch, right? So carefully understand that the goods written by the customer to the branch is 12,000 rupees. So this is the sales written. So we will deduct from the stock sales minus sales written of rupees 12,000, and the second effect will come in the stock account, that is this side, by sales written 12,000. Then bad debts of rupees 5,000. So from the debtors we have a bad debt, so we will write here by bad debts of rupees 5,000. Then discount to the debtors, we have given a discount to the debtors, that is a 15,000. So by discount account 15,000 rupees. Then cash received from the debtors by branch of rupees 7,50,000. 7,50,000 we are receiving as a cash from whatever we are the credited. In this return we are getting the received a cash of rupees 7,50,000. So we are receiving the cash by cash account 7,50,000. The second effect came on the branch credit side, that is we are receiving the cash account credit sales from debtors 7,50,000, and we will also write in the stock account, that is credit sales 7,50,000. Total 12 lakh sales would be there. Out of 12,000 there will be sales written. Then in the outer column we will write 11,88,000. Then cash paid by the branch directly to the head office. These are the cash paid by the debtors only, directed to head office. So we will write over here in the debtors account creditors side, cash sent to head office rupees 2 lakh rupees. Similarly, we will write on the credit side of the branch account, cash directly to the head office 2 lakh rupees. Then bad debts recover 1,000. The 1,000 rupees was bad debt, was that 5,000 we have recovered a 1,000 rupees out of that. So we will write in the branch account credit side that bad debts recover of rupees 1,000. Then total sale is rupees 12 lakh. So we have a total sale of rupees 12 lakh and cash sales was 4,50,000. So 12 lakh minus 4,50,000, 7,50,000 is a credit sale. So we will write over here, that is credit sales 7,50,000. Then furniture sent to the branch of rupees 4,000. Furniture sent to the branch on 1/1/2010 is 4,000. Write off the depreciation on furniture at a 10%. So opening balance of the furniture was 10,000. On 1/1/2010 the new furniture came of rupees 4,000, and we have to calculate the depreciation at a 10%. So let's calculate the basic information, basic working notes. Working note regarding to the furniture. Opening balance was 10,000, then 4,000 new furniture came 4,000 rupees. Total is 14,000. On the 10,000 we have used for whole year, so we will apply the depreciation 10% for a whole year, and for the 4,000 we apply the 10% depreciation for the 3 months only, January, February and March. 3 months. So 10,000's 10% whole year it will come 1000, then 4000 10%, 400, but for 3 months, not for the whole year. So it will come 4000 into 10% into 3 by 12. It will come 100 rupees. So 1100. It is depreciation. So out of 14,000, 1100 is depreciation. Remaining 12,900 is closing balance of the furniture. So that was not given over here. Furniture. So we will write 12,900 closing stock of the furniture. And the new furniture came over here. So we will write also here furniture on 1/1/2010 of rupees 4,000. So now we have covered all the information. So now we are closing debtors account, then we will get the opening balance, then we will close the stock account, then we will get the closing balance of the stock account as well. We will put both the information, they are missing here and here. Then we will close the branch account and find out the branch profit, right? And on the basis of this three information, on the basis of the branch account, we are going to prepare a branch trading account as well as branch P&L account, right? So let's close all the accounts. So let's total the credit side of the debtors account, that is 10,82,000. Out of that 7,50,000 it's deducted. Then we will get the opening balance of 3,32,000 of the debtors account that we have find it out. So we will write 3,32,000 opening balance of the debtors over here. Then we have to close the stock account. Before the stock account closing, we have to give it the effect of the opening and closing balance of the unpaid salary. That is, salary was 10,000. Out of that, the last year's unpaid salary we have to pay in this year, and this year's outstanding was carry forward from the last year. So we have to deduct 10,000 minus last year's 1,500, and we have to add current year unpaid salary 1,000. Then total will come 9,500 in outer column. Now close the stock account. And over here, sales return 10,000. So it will come 8,90,000. Then we have to find out the gross profit, and then we will have to find out the closing balance of the stock. So first we have to find out the gross profit. So the one hint is given that the head office has instructed the branch to the sell goods at a 1/5 of the profit over and above the selling price. सेलिंग प्राइस के ऊपर 1/5 है जो भी अमाउंट उसका प्रॉफिट है. तो हमारा सेलिंग अमाउंट क्या है? 11,88,000. आउट ऑफ 1/5, 11,88,000 1/5 is a gross profit. So 11,88,000 1/5 is 2,37,600. This is the gross profit. So 2,37,600 is a gross profit. So we will write gross profit 2,37,600 over here. Now we can find out the closing balance of the stock account. So by closing balance, so 11,88,000, 60,000, 8,90,000, 9,500 plus 2,37,600 minus 11,88,000. We will get 9,100 as a closing balance, and we will write stock 9,100 as a closing balance, right? Let's write down all the amount out in outer column. $14,01,000. Total of the closing balance 1 lakh plus 9,100 plus 500 plus 12,900. It will come 1,22,500. Outer column of the opening balance, that is 4,02,700. Let's find out the gross profit. After closing of the branch account, total is 15,35,000. 15,35,000, and we have a profit of rupees 1,37,300. It is a general P&L account. That is a total profit, right? On this basis of the branch account, we are going to prepare a trading account and P&L account. So as we all know, in the trading account, what are the information came over here in the trading account? So first we have to write opening stock. Opening stock is 60,000. Then here we will write closing stock. The closing stock is 9,100. That just we have find out from the stock account. Then in the trading account, we have write over here by sales, that is cash and credit. Cash sales is 4,50,000 and credit sale is 7,50,000. Total is 12 lakh. Is there any sales return would be there? Yes, there will be. So here sales return of rupees 12,000. In outer column it will come 11,88,000, right? In this side we have our goods received from the head office. So goods sent to the branch of rupees 9 lakh. Out of goods written is 10,000. So it will come 8,90,000 over here. Then other purchasing expense or various expense related to the trade will come over here. So we all know the wages and salary come over here. Wages and salary of rupees 10,000. Then we have to add current year's salary, unpaid, and minus last year's 1,500. It will come 9,500. These are the information came, and as we have earlier finded out the gross profit, here we will write gross profit 2,37,600. And we can close the account. This gross profit is transferred to the P&L account, right? So here we will write gross profit account 37,600. And all the expenses incurred for the branch account, that is debited over here, and all the other income we will write in the credit side, as we all know how to prepare a profit and rent account. So let's start with the rent and taxes, that is of rupees 60,000, and there will be a opening and closing balance of the rent, taxes and insurance, that is the prepaid and prepaid for both the years. Opening and closing balance of the insurance is given, so we have to add and less from the rent and taxes, that is 60,000 over here, plus last year's we are going to add 7,000, that is unpaid. 7,000 was prepaid insurance, so we have to add, that is for a current year, and we have to less the current year's 500. So overall we have 60,200 rupees of the rent and taxes. Then advertisement expense will be there of rupees 20,000. Then bed debts would be there of rupees 5,000. Out of bed debts 1,000 was recovered, so we will write 1,000 over here. Bed debts recover. Then we have given a discount to the debtors of rupees 15,000. Then we have calculated the depreciation on the furniture, that is 1100. So we have listed down all the other expenses over here. Let's close the P&L account. It should be same as the profit from the branch account, 1,37,300, and here we have 1,37,300 as a P&L profit, right? This is how we are going to prepare a debtors account, stock account, branch account, trading and P&L account, right? Thank you.